You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
Well, Andrew, Mountbatten, Windsor. What a story. What an unprecedented move for a modern royal family to have one of their members arrested.
Yeah, what a fall from grace.
What a fall from grace. And this, to be clear, this is because of the Epstein files, but not because of sexual indiscretions, which he's always denied, we have to say. Not because of that, but he is because of not upholding a public office, in interfering in that, meaning that he was a trade envoy for the British. When he left the Navy, he was given a job of travelling around the world and spruiking British businesses, British oil, British this, why don't you invest, etc., etc. And they have seen an email chain that he would come back from those trips, he'd go to China, etc., those places, and he would send the information that he'd gleaned straight to Jeffrey Epstein. Why? Why did Jeffrey Epstein, but they could be seen as investment opportunities, spying opportunities. Andrew was known as the useful idiot.
Yeah. And this is my light reading I've had lately. I finished Virginia Giuffre's book. She was one that was groomed by Andrew, the one
By
in
Epstein.
And Epstein, yeah, and in the photo with Prince Andrew that he denied happened, but it subsequently paid her $24 million. Then I've read the book that you gave me, which is called Entitled. It is about him and Fergie. And those guys, they're selling, like he was supposed to be an envoy for his country. He has betrayed his country.
He took money from this is treason.
He's like he's not the 1400s. His head would be on a pike.
But the thing is this the end of the royal family? That's what people are saying, because the Queen, presumably...
I don't think it's the end of the royal... I think it's the end of him, but not the royal family.
This is what people are saying, is that we chase the money, is that so-called $24 million to pay to a woman he claimed he never met. The Queen paid a chunk of that money, and they were coming up to the Platinum Jubilee and wanted it all to go away. How much did the royal family know? The Queen is no longer part of the story, as we know. Prince Charles would have had to know. And that's what the English taxpayers are saying. Was this our money you used to pay off to silence a young woman who had been sexually trafficked? What an appalling thing that is. A woman who subsequently took her own life. This is what will end the royal family. This is what will do it, is where's the accountability? Whose is the money?
The Royals have already released a press statement saying they're devastated about his car crash that killed him next Wednesday.
There's a particular palace security officer who has been doing a number of interviews, and part of that is that when women would arrive at the palace, they'd be known as Mrs. Windsor. No official information was given on them. All the royals are supposed to say who's coming, who's where, who's visiting, etc. for security reasons. Who's in the palace while the Queen's there? And he'd always say, no, I'm not giving you any names. Outrageous. There was even a so-called Chinese spy having dinner at Buckingham Palace while the Queen's there.
Right.
All of this stuff. But one of the weird things was, this shows you how juvenile and entitled he was. This is the same security officer saying they had to go into the bedrooms when the royals weren't there to check on the special buttons they have, that if they're in trouble, they press a button.
The duress button.
The duress button. And this is what they found in the room.
So we had to have to go around all the bedrooms and check to make sure they're all in working order. A couple of us and the inspector went into his apartment, probably when I first went up there. And he had tons of teddy bears on his bed, like loads. And 72, I didn't realise it. I said 50 originally, and then the maid said no, it was 72. And then the inspector said, in the drawer they'd got a laminated card of picture of all these teddy bears on the bed. Because basically, if the maids don't put the teddy bears back exactly like this is in that picture, he goes into one, he flips.
He flips and he yells at them and he screams at them because the teddy bears aren't in their correct order. This was a man who apparently, when he was arrested the other day, said, I'm the Queen's second son. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand the consequences of what is at stake here. And he's about to find out.
Yeah. The hens are coming home.
Aren't they just?